Chelsea set to offer Lyon €4 million compensation to recall Emerson Palmieri. Chelsea are trying to offer €4 million in compensation to Olympique Lyonnais in order to recall Emerson Palmieri from his loan spell in France, according to reports. The defender is Thomas Tuchel's priority, to replace the injured Ben Chilwell, who is out for the rest of the season. As per Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea are now trying to offer €4 million in compensation to Lyon to get the Italian back at Stamford Bridge before the end of January. The Italian journalist writes, Chelsea are trying to offer compensation around €4 million to recall Emerson Palmieri in January. Not easy. All have already turned down their approaches 2 times. Chelsea also have a plan B in the list. Emerson always been the priority. It was previously reported that the Blues would have to offer Lyon a compensation fee to break the terms of his loan move, which includes an option to buy in the summer. It remains to be seen as to whether Lyon will accept the fee or remain determined to keep Emerson at the club. Billy Gilmour returns to Chelsea from Norwich City for injury assessment. Chelsea's Billy Gilmour has returned to the club during his loan spell at Norwich City to assess his latest injury, confirms manager Dean Smith. The midfielder has had a mixed spell during his time at the Canaries, with fans recently turning on the Scot. Speaking to the press, Dean Smith confirmed that the midfielder has returned to Chelsea for a quick assessment on an ankle injury. He said, Gilmour has an ankle injury that puts him out for 3 or 4 weeks. He's gone back to Chelsea for them to assess it and I hope he'll be back for treatment over the next few days. This comes after it was revealed that the Blues cannot recall Gilmour in January as he has met the threshold of matches required for a recall option to be off the table. Gilmour quickly rose through the ranks in the academy at Cobham before breaking into the first team under Chelsea legend Frank Lampard, where he went on to make 11 appearances in his debut season. He has made 22 appearances during his Blues career so far before departing for Norwich City in the summer, where he has struggled as his team sit bottom of the Premier League table. In recent weeks he has received criticism from Norwich fans, chanting for him to return to Chelsea. Barcelona will not accept less than €20 million for Chelsea-linked Sergino Dest. The USA international has fallen out of favour under Xavi since he took over at Barcelona and could be on the move. However, as per Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona will not accept less than €20 million for Dest during the January transfer window. The report states that the intention of Barcelona is to recover the fee that they paid for Dest from Ajax back in 2020. Furthermore, the defender has expressed his intention to succeed at the Camp Nou, and will not seek a move this window. However, Thomas Tuchel's interest may make him rethink his future as the German boss has identified the American as a target this month. The Blues missed out on Achraf Hakimi in the summer, who opted to sign for Paris Saint-Germain ahead of Chelsea and could dip back into the market for a right wing back after James picked up an injury against Brighton. The defender is ruled out for up to 6 weeks whilst Chilwell is out until the end of the season. Dest would provide cover for both the left side and right side, familiar with playing in a back 5. Tuchel's side will have to pay up during the winter window if they wish to make Dest a Chelsea player before the end of the month. It remains to be seen as to whether Dest will leave, but it is one to keep an eye on throughout the window. Thomas Tuchel backs Saul to become an important player for Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel has highlighted the recent improvement of Saul and backed the midfielder to become an important player for Chelsea. The Spaniard struggled to make an impact upon making his move to Stamford Bridge from Atletico Madrid on loan in the summer. But Saul has started in both of Chelsea's last 2 matches, cup victories over Tottenham and Chesterfield. Tuchel has noticed the midfielder growing in confidence and having more of an impact on games compared to earlier in the season. I think he will be an important player for us and I hope so as well, Tuchel said. The game against Tottenham was a huge step forward for Saul and he showed what he can do with his abilities. Against Chesterfield he was part of a strong squad. Okay, it was against a 5th division side so there was no need for us to be overrun in midfield, but he still did well with his performance. I see more confidence in him with each game, he is in good shape and his adaptation to the way we play has gone further from before. You can see this in his game now. He is more open, he understands the language better now, and these are all important things to consider when talking about Saul and how much he has improved recently. He is having much more impact on games than he was doing at the beginning of the season, and this is very important because I'm convinced we will need every player to compete in every competition from now until the end of the season, especially at the moment where we are playing every 3 days. Barcelona have made contact with former Chelsea star Oscar over shock move. Barcelona have made contact with Shanghai Port and former Chelsea midfielder Oscar, but a deal to sign the Brazilian is difficult given his gigantic contract in China. The 30-year-old has been playing in Shanghai since leaving Stamford Bridge in 2017, winning the Chinese Super League the year after departing the Premier League. He has not won a cap for Brazil since moving to China, so has not been playing at a high level for 5 years, but Barcelona are reportedly keen to give him another shot in Europe. Brazilian publication TNT Sports report that Barca have made contact with Oscar this month, although progress is difficult given that he is under contract in Shanghai until 2024 and is paid vast wages by the club. Oscar's initial contract in Shanghai saw him paid around £400,000 a week, but he signed an extension in 2019 which is reportedly worth over £560,000 a week until 2024. The Catalan club could not get close to competing with Oscar's wages in China and would hope that he is willing to accept a substantial pay cut to play in La Liga. They would also find any transfer fee hard to come by, with Shanghai Port unlikely to let the Brazilian leave cheaply with 2 years left to run on his contract. Chelsea are highly unlikely to allow captain Cesar Azpilicueta to depart the club in the January transfer window. The 32-year-old's current deal expires at the end of the season and he has attracted much interest from his home country. As per ESPN, Azpilicueta is highly unlikely to depart in January as members at Chelsea fear he will not sign a contract extension. The Spaniard is free to discuss terms over a transfer to an overseas club at the end of the season, as ESPN believe many at Chelsea fear Azpilicueta could reject a contract extension at the club to move back to his homeland. Chelsea are continuing to pursue an agreement with their captain, therefore are highly unlikely to sanction his departure during the winter window. The Blues are also light at the back, with Reece James and Ben Chilwell's long-term injuries a problem. Azpilicueta can provide cover for both the right and left wing-back roles, as well as play a prominent role on the right of a back three, the position he lifted the Champions League playing last season. However, it was reported that the Blues captain already has a pre-agreement in place with FC Barcelona. Chelsea want the defender to stay as they were prepared to offer him a contract, however the Spaniard wants more than a one-year contract extension. Recently, the defender has provided an update on his future as he said, "Eventually the moment will come, but I am fully focused on hopefully getting as many trophies as we can and then we will see. I cannot say anything more than that I am really committed and have a lot of things ahead in the coming months and hopefully we can have a very good season."
That is on Chelsea News today. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Goodbye and see you by tomorrow news.